Okay, so good news. Monday's stream is back to normal. The others aren't, but still. God. Why? 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 Ah. Okay, anyways. Give me a few minutes to get some stuff sorted. Uh, uh, brain still fried, still completely and utterly fried. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Unfortunately, my brain is still entirely fried, so we are sticking with we're currently sticking with the March of Civilization test story. Okay, I'm going to need to have a tie break. So, wait. I'll make a note if no one turns up and like offer. Okay. So since there's a tie, I'm gonna work on this until someone drops by for a tie break. Actually, I'll probably just make a note. We'll need someone to drop by chat for a tie break. So update maybe somewhat delayed. Okay. I feel like I'm put that. There would no doubt be more. And probably another contract that Z would actually be expected. Sign as an example what Z should aim for in future. Okay. Let's see. In foreign future. Sign for an example of what. And probably still kept one over answer despite all that. How far have you got? Well, I found the I found art that says you have controlling so you have so that you have share in any company that makes use of my refrigeration system that I start have a controlling share based on contingent on me not paying you portion of my and another that says and the one that says that I am acting as your employee while making the sale to Angus Automotive, meaning that I would be expected to give you a majority. I'll be expected to give you to give you the funds and be paid a percentage of the transaction. That second one isn't actually sure. But yes, you would be acting as my agent on the agent in that dealing, but it's mostly so that my existing infrastructure that you can make use of my existing infrastructure to handle deals. When I said you would be getting 300,000 C bills, that's the share that I would have. You can say, I can't unilaterally. Hey Zalrix, do you mind tie breaking for me? Basically, yeah, so basically we have these, say a couple of people voted for two options, which means that the winner is technically a tie, and we have iconographist, which is sort of like communing with the gods kind of situation, whereas chain of thought, this is like calling upon divine aid and a bunch of other stuff. It improves your ability to create, use divine power for a bunch of purposes. And then chain of thought is this is a research project, right? Tsukachi finished his previous research project, and now this is the next thing that he's working on. That is the iconographist is the religious research is about calling upon gods and spirits and stuff like that. Chain of thought is an enchantment buff because it's like it's a means of enchanting that he's trying to reverse engineer from what he saw of the Horse Kingdom ships. Okay. cube. Yep. Research. Goalless chain of thought. Challenge is 1600. Traits are media, informational, Kachi, Kasumi clan, inventory. Eyes of magic. This is not a dense mana thing. This is a fundamental magical theory thing. This is visions of the void. This is enchantment substructures. This is seasoned enchanting. This is mana is the energy that's used for magic. So if you think about it in a Naruto context, mana is chakra and magic is ninjutsu. Or is jutsu. You want to think about it like that. I roll the dice on the so if I scroll, say if I go up to the previous update, if I go to the previous update, you can see that I roll the dice here. I can't get rid of these rolls, right? I can't actually delete these rolls. There's nothing I can do to get rid of them. So because I roll them here, everyone knows that I take the first whatever dice and use those. Okay. Nope. Not without it being obvious, right? Like in theory, like you can see this is 300, say 300 face die, yada yada. It tells you. So no. Yep. Plan of action is just standard chain of thought. Chain of thought. paste. Toggle BB code. A/n. Thank you to Xylorix on YouTube for the tie break. No worries. I get them every so often. It's kind of a hazard of having a fairly small player base. Like, 4 people voted this time. I think the highest I've ever gotten is like 5 or so. I'll say it's like 10 or so. It would be much less likely if there were more votes, is the thing. And yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I just need to step away for a moment. And I'm back. God's my head. Okay, so. Okay. So, with your time in horse country coming to an end, you are glad to be back in your lab in your proper lab. However, eat my brain. With your time in horse country coming to an end, you're glad to be in your purpose. However, that doesn't mean that everything has been left behind. Behind. The things you learn are still are quite needy. And you decide that you want to continue working on them while the thoughts are still fresh in your heart. Um, the connections between the different parts of the weather sensing enchantment were quite connections between the different parts of life were quite intriguing. And being able to replicate such structures would allow you to would give you a great deal of flexibility in how to handle large scale shunt. Large scale enchantments, as well as provide insight into how you might be able to generate to once you and Kami are settled back in the Talasumi main compound. You you get ring 48, 100. This is a downside of using this. Because of the way it's set up, I can't roll more than 48 dice at once. You almost immediately find some parallels to provide, say, find some you almost immediately find some example, some phenomena closer to home that provide that provide a good provide some inspiration for how you might be able to replicate the functionality you observe. Your familiar bond with Yan Jing. Your familiar Yan Jing is capable of some of the basic, say, some of the same things that this enchantment structure is, but seems uh, 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 yeah, uh, that being transmitting thoughts, transmitting sensory information. Though your bond with Yan Jin does not manifest the same way when viewed through um, your eyes. The other interesting, interesting. So the other basis, so the other place to, so the other avenue of investigation also comes from Yan Jin in the magical thread that it is able to, that he is able to produce. This um, uh, 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 though not capable of the same functionality. Uh, it does bear crude resemblance to the actual structure of the magical construct you observe. Uh, 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 sorry. It isn't long after you return to the to your clan compound that your new allies seek to reinforce their connection to you. Messenger dressed in the vestments of the horse country. A messenger wearing the symbols of the horse country royal court arrives with a request from a prince who requesting it Hey Zed, how you doing? How have things been? I know I'm assuming you have some free time with school off, so. Nice. Did you have any luck? Ooh. Yeah, do you have any luck finding, like looking up, what is it, like some gig work? You said you were interested in looking for that stuff yesterday. Does bear crude resemblance to the actual structure of the magical contract you observed. Though neither holds the complete picture by studying both in tandem. You are able to establish the beginnings of theory that can, at the very least, be tested. As you no worries. How did it go? At least be tested as you continue. So as you continue to, it can at least be tested. So it can at least be tested. The courier presents you with an odd talisman, constructed, say, formed of what looks like a bird skull on a rope, claiming that it is a magical artifact brought back from the northern continent. In an effort not to reveal their lack of magical knowledge, they were unable to they were unable to find out its actual functionality from the individual they bought it from. Though they do know it is indeed enchanted somehow. They hope. So they are requesting that you you identify what the enchantment or what the enchantment actually does. Agree to this request. Something. So. Things are still. Things are still a little too fresh, and you aren't. And you need. Things are still a little too fresh, and you do not want. And you need a little. And you have too much work already on your table. Inform the courier that you will reconsider the offer in a few months. Yes, I'm aware of it. Oh. Ah, there's a mistake here. Uh, 1600. 7. The actual text shouldn't change, but this will go down to H. Because you shouldn't get soul cloth 3 times. Yeah, I'm aware of Tiny Glade. I haven't played it, but I have indeed, I have indeed heard of it. Open voting. Delete that tag. Eight. No change in mind. Okay, I'm gonna step away for just a moment, and then we will. Okay. Back into my body. Give me a second, and then we will get back to the writing, because my brain is still like absolutely fried. So we're done. second one isn't actually a trap. This would be a. That's mostly so that you can. When I said you would be getting 300, that's the share I would have gotten. I can't unilaterally promise you the share that would go to my agents on Lothario 5. Lothario 5. Lothario 5. To my partners on that's Kilo nodded. Uh, it has a lot to do with the legal. It has a lot to do with country, say, planets like Lotharia. So, last I heard, Lotharia has a population of almost 10, so, 20 million, 20 million people. And unlike Melbourne, the majority of that is fairly concentrated. Of concentrated in a single area on one of the planet's continents. And yes, I have altered the population of Lotharia. When I saw a population of 1 million, it made no sense to me. So yeah, that's concentration. So there needs the governance there with so many people involved, with so many people The governance has to be somewhat more involved in everything. I won't get into all the details, but at least for the purpose of this deal, it it is a lot simpler if you are temporarily my employee and act as my and receive what would have been my share of that deal. Last I heard, Lothario 5 is a population of almost million people. Uh, 2 million. Oh, it's not Lothario 5, it's Lothario 2. On Lothario. Almost 18 million. Hello, Hossein. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm currently working. So I guess I can get into a little bit of details. So I created this. Actually, if I go to the thing here, so I created this, which is a writing tool. I did this in WebAssembly, yada yada. And if you go here, and actually, I need to roll this one more time. Oh, hold on. That makes sense. Ugh. I've encountered this bug before, where for some reason, yeah, it does it for there's like a set of text key emojis that will be that will trigger that way. And oh god, now I'm annoyed. Okay, so I need to rewrite a whole bunch of the last chapter. No, so this is basically a writing prompt, right? It's this idea that you write a story that is based on that uses this as a power set for a main character. This power set is the idea that the main character gets visions or like somehow gets knowledge stuffed into their head that gives them like the understanding necessary to make and do stuff that is centered around making technology slash magical artifacts slash like whatever else, but it's generally focused around the idea that you make things that can be used by you or other people. It's this tech hero power set, basically. And the idea is you randomly roll through a list of provided perks, and that builds up over time until you get until you end up where you want to say where you want to be. That's probably what happened. Anyways, and this perk gives you like all of the this system gives you all of the perks that you would be you would be expecting from this, yada yada yada. And I've noticed this weird bug that happens like very rarely. Yeah, it helps with ideas. And in order to test this thing, I'm writing a story using it as the main power set for the character who is in the setting of BattleTech, which is this I think it's 1980s. It's this role-playing game that started so the idea, so the thing is you can give it to any main character, right? It's just a power. It's like saying, hey, what if you gave I don't know, what if you gave the Force from Star Wars to some random, this random character in your story. This helps you define the power set that the character has, and it's up to you to build up the rest of the universe. Or in the case of this story, it's it's like a broader no, so the idea is that it takes part of the effort out of Lost. Anyways, the general idea is that The general idea is that in so fanfiction in general is considered to be very different from writing a normal story because there are things in fanfiction that you can avoid doing. There's a lot of world building in fanfiction that you can just skip over. If you're writing a fanfiction about Naruto, the general assumption is that your readers are familiar with the broader world of Naruto, and there's this shared set of expectations that you can just depend on, and it takes a lot of the effort out of. Yeah. And what this does is it allows you to focus on the character aspect of a story. Because now you have a power set that you don't have control over. Therefore, it's a part of the story that you can't control and therefore don't need to worry about controlling. Also, because this randomly generates and based on the rules of the story will affect the way you're writing things, since you only roll every so often, it can make huge changes to the way that the story will pan out that you need to adapt to. Like, for example, with this one, there was a weird bug that meant that for whatever reason, this perk didn't roll. I don't know why it didn't roll. I think it might have been like some weird browsing error. I don't know. But yeah, we've got Wishes and Dreams. That this is an important thing that changes the entire the entire course of the story. When I previously thought that I didn't have this perk, Jun, the main character Jun, was stumbling in the fact that they had magic, but they didn't know what it was, they didn't know how to use it. All they knew is that they have this thing that they describe as a mouth behind their forehead, and that they can spit out chunks of this weird substance that they produce over time. And what happens when they spit it out is wherever they spit at, a bunch of glittering lights and sounds and weird temperature changes happen. And they had no idea how to control that. This perk gives them the basics of how to control that. So that immediately transforms the entire course of the story, because suddenly Jun goes from I have no idea how to use magic to, okay, I understand the core idea. Magic is I expect something to happen, and by using this energy, I can force that something to happen. Even if it makes absolutely no fucking sense that it should happen. Right? That's the idea in this. This particular magic system. Oh, no, I was just talking about the perk system. Yeah, it is fiction. So that's just part of this. This whole system, if you go into if you look here, this is based off of the Celestial Forge, which is a vaguely similar writing prompt that exists, but the Celestial Forge is basically so this is a third generation idea. This is inspired by the Celestial Forge, which is inspired by the Jump Chain. The Jump Chain is this idea that you write about different settings, and as you go to different settings, you gain powers that are based on those settings. It's like fanfiction that is like retaining a main character through all of the different settings. The Celestial Forge is, hey, instead of traveling to all of these settings, you get crafting perks from all of these settings. So you get magic perks, you get technology perks, all these other perks, yada 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 yada. The March is my own version of it that uses, at the moment, 321 completely original perks that are available, and you can do whatever you want with. Um, and yeah. Uh, um, so this gives you. So this would be. So this means I need to. This means I need to rewrite about 1,000 words of the chapter that I just said that aren't going to happen the same way, right? Same way. Unfortunately, Z was quite thankful. No worries. And yeah, it's thank you for dropping by. By the way, if you would like to see some of the other stuff that I'm doing, I also run a quest called Mercenary Clan Quest. It's basically like an RPG I run online. There's a command for it, !MCQ, and that gives you a link to Spacebattles where the whole thing is available for you to read and vote and yada yada yada. It's you sign up for an account for free. So yeah. If you would like to check that out, that's always available. And I do updates basically every day, so it's not a big deal. He was quite thankful for the. Cheers, man. He was quite thankful for the. Z was quite thankful for the excuse as the sorry, excuse as the let the vision wash over magic. The power that resided behind their brow was magic. There was no other word. There was no other word for it. It was reality itself. The existence. It was effect. The effect. An outcome that an outcome of actions through which the mechanism could not be explained. It was about the energy, the substance, no power that Z could call upon was. Sorry for that. No power. Would permit to enforce their will upon existence, to demand a result, um, demand a result, to any that the with the understanding of the under the the drums gave way to whispers that burrowed into their mind. And the truth of those of the truth of that that understanding settled next to the rest of the knowledge that they had gained. The visions that of rituals and spell casting were of so were of numerous traditions Also different, so as to not, was also different, that no common thread will be drawn between, were of between all sorry, uh, magic, magic had no true logic. It was about conviction, belief, and will. That truth made apparent eventually settled, and had to put it out of their mind. Um, as much as he wished to apply their new understanding to their nightly exercises. Uh, uh, Zern. There, they couldn't do that without revealing, revealing their powers to. And as much as he was thankful to her for making the trader he was. Hey, he also knew that would no doubt doubt take advantage of the knowledge if it came down to it. trying to see how much of this I can recover. And that wasn't even taking into account the fact that she was capable of magic, which, and no doubt, would be able to turn to much more powerful and much more interesting ends than User no doubt would be able to turn into much more interesting ends than a random burst of chaos. She knew that magic. Though the details of the different traditions that the visions had revealed to Zer had not been had slipped from the mind almost as soon as so it slipped from her mind almost near instantly. She did still remember the breadth of capability that remember the of outcomes that could be achieved. And given that magic operated on it operated in defiance of any sort of true true cause and effect. He had the rest of the inner sphere was looking more and more as odd. Yet, at the same, say yet, the worlds beyond, Melpotene, seemed to only grow more and more hazardous. Yet, despite this, despite of that, also say it also became all the more tempting. Yet despite all of that, it also became all the more tempting. While Z could spend 4 more years leveraging the information, leveraging the knowledge Z already had to establish the self. The self and build up the industrial. So I build up um, resources to operate, to make use of the make use of to be able to act more openly. Build up, build up, Philo's offer was no less tempting. So it was it short circuit a great deal of that process. Between what he knew of Lothario and the resources that she had promised, Jin would no doubt be able to create things that made the refrigerator made the refrigeration systems that were being considered so highly, so valuable, being considered so valuable. Look paltry by ours. Paltry person. If the were, say, if the Between what's in of Lothario 2 and the resources that they promised, no doubt they will create things like maybe refrigeration systems. That would be considered valuable with paltry by comparison. Paltry way. That were responsible for such wealth. That were responsible. Team. Simple in in theory. Z could bypass the conflict between safety and opportunity royal begins as he joined Fadl's convoy and began the journey back to Falaba. conflict between safety and opportunity role began the journey back to Fall Harbor. Each trying as he whenever as he could. Jin asked Philo about what she knew about the rest of the inner of the rest of the rest of known space. Unfortunately, unfortunately, for all that she was forthcoming with the information about the wider inner sphere, her knowledge was still 4 years out of date. Even the C-built American version was broad stroke symbol that she used for us. C-builds. The melatonin was simply too disconnected from the rest of civilization. Without what she called without what she called what's it called again? Is that what she called a hyper pulse generator? The only means of news traveling reaching this world was a jump ship, and the only one that traveled, so that would come to this world was the autumn tempest. Once every 4 years. information that reached Melbourne. Would only have the information necessary. Would have to spend next spend the next weeks preparing, and would only be able to judge the true risks such decision once the drop landed. Traveling Jun's as the examined the contract on board. Traveling with the convoy, there was no way to actually safely hidden within the upper compartment of their cabin. Jin Jin sat on their bench and focused on the energies. Focused on the magic within. With an actual idea of how to wield this power, he was able. So it was finally seeing progress on how. So on manipulating. So on actually turning it to useful purpose, even if that progress was quite slow. Opening their eyes as he smiled at the glowing orb floating above their cupped hands. Releasing it, he smiled, watching as I smiled. He smiled, releasing it as he watched as it floated to the top, to the upper parts of the cabin. Lighting. floated towards the roof, heading right, right, where the enclosed. No, noting the latest, the results of the latest experiments, Pinzer, so, in this light, Jun, in this light, in the light of, say, in the Hey 13, how you doing? So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I've created this, which is a writing tool. It's basically a power set that you can give to any character. I'm making it available under the CC BY license, which just means attribution, for any purpose, because in the version that is currently available and in a version that will remain permanently available, all the perks are my own work. They have been written from scratch. This is basically inspired by the Celestial Forge, which is inspired by the jump shade format, yada yada yada. I'm writing this as an exercise to test the march, to figure out why all of this was happening, and that's all going. Other than that, I also do run an RPG. Here on Spacebattles. There's a command in the chat, !MCQ, that'll give you a link to this. But I update it every day at the start of stream, and yeah, that's what goes on around here. Nice to see someone new here. How are you doing? Easily enveloped. banishing the shadows in the small room by the light of the magic. Began to write down the results of their that piece didn't last long ago, and Nox someone was knocking on the door below. Side door to the truck. Climbing down. Was one of Kilo's assistant who pressed a contract into. They pressed a bundle of papers into her hand. Miss Walterson says that you have a week to look over. He nodded, absently grabbing grabbing some fresh berries. They grabbing taking the papers. will I will be reading it. The kid said nodded with serious and ran over to the rest of the ran up to the front of the con. Staring at the dense writing that covered the covered each page. Jun climbing up into say Jun began climbed back up into the room and started reading, opening up a new page in their journals. Take notes. No doubt she would leave. So she would put at least one rat in the contract to make sure that Jun read it and would be to make sure probably more than that. Probably more than that. The dense, say dense language was simultaneously precise and completely opaque. Head was head was hurting as hurting by the time the glowing orb light faded. That though had lasted I'll say longer. Lasted quite a bit longer than last night. So that was at least one thing to be about. .00.004 01.00.006 7 nor all for ya. Conceded. All its refrigeration business maintenance, so or all these repeated words, nor all okay. 00.05 01.00.007. I'm fairly sure. Okay, and then now we deal with as it spreads. Or no, my brain's too fried. There's a couple hundred words here that could explain things, but that's it. Oh yeah, I want to raid. I want to remember to raid. Raid. Okay.